Okay, Dennis and Juan with Lifestyle Landscape Design, day in the life. We're on our way to an estimate here in Sacramento. This will be one of three. This lady that we're going to somebody did her concrete and they did a horrible job. And we are going out there to possibly, if she hires us, rip it out and reframe it, put rebar down, base rock, compact the base rock. How many inches of concrete? 1, 3.5.
Yep.
That's how thick a 2x4 is.
Yep. A lot of people say, "Oh, our concrete's 4 inches," but if they use a 2x4, it's actually 3.5.
Okay, so interesting fact of the day, right? So they're gonna say their concrete's 4 inches, but it's really 3.5. So, and we put fiber mesh in our concrete. So a lot of you guys don't know about that, but fiber mesh is mixed in the concrete plant. And yeah, I mean, a lot of people just put rebar. Some people don't even put base rock. They just put the concrete and they put rebar and they pour it right on the dirt, you know, and then they're surprised when it cracks. And then they're also surprised when they pour their concrete starting at like 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock, and it cracks because it's so hard, so hot, they don't spray retardant on it. So that's really important in regards to concrete, is when it's hot, you got to spray retardant on it, because it's just like cooking. If you cook too soon, if you cook your food too fast, the outside will cook, but the inside won't be cooked. So with concrete, if it's too hot and it's drying up, you want to spray that retardant on it so it cures very slowly, and which will mitigate cracking. The base rock will mitigate cracking, the rebar will mitigate cracking, and the fiber mesh will mitigate cracking. So all those are, and then having good finishers and using a concrete pump and not wheelbarrowing it, which gives your guys more time to work on the finish. You got anything to add to that?
No, I mean, the last thing you want is to pay thousands of dollars and only to see it cracked and ugly.
Yeah, like there's an old saying, if you don't do it nice, you're gonna do it twice. It's like, say one contractor's $20,000, one's $25,000. Well, why is that guy $20,000? Just like if you were gonna buy a car and they're selling it for a ridiculously low price, and you know on Kelly's Blue Book it goes for whatever it goes for on Kelly's Blue Book, you put in all the specs. The first thing that you're gonna ask that person is, what's wrong with the car? Why is it so low? Right? But people, when it comes to contractors, they just want to go like, oh, that guy's the lowest number. It doesn't matter how he installs it. Or same thing with a restaurant. You know, what cook is it, right? Or whoever's fixing your car, are you just gonna pay the cheapest guy, and then your car's gonna break down? So that's one of the things that you got to look for. I went on this whole, I digressed whole thing with getting into concrete, but we're on the road. We're about 7 minutes away. Hopefully, you know, we can help this lady, because we can absolutely pay her, but hopefully she's not like, oh, you know, I already paid this guy to do a crappy job, and now I want to ask for a discount for you guys and make the mistake again. You know, the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again, expecting to get a different result. We'll keep you guys, we'll pick up with you guys when we get to the estimate. So we pulled up here to the estimate. I'm going to take you guys through a walkthrough of our kit and what it is that we do. So I'll give you guys a quick little tour of our car and the stuff that we carry in our car. There's our hydration. There's my bag that I keep all my stuff in, wallet and medicine, lotion, things like that. I lost my Stanley, so Juan has a bigger than me. I just have that little tiny little one. But some of the stuff, Juan, if you could walk us through what we got going on here. I do bring an extra pair of boots just in case it's dusty in the backyard, because I'm wearing these. My last pair of shoes like these got ruined, so I'm gonna wear my boots if if I go in the backyard. This is a new build. Oh no, there's concrete back there, huh? So I probably don't need to. And Juan's changing into his boots from his sneakers. And Juan, give us a tour.
Well, this is our lighting kit, donated by California Landscape Supply. Shout out to them. So that way we can show people what kind of lighting they can get in their backyard. Because if you want to continue the party at night, you definitely need some lighting. This is our turf box. We have all of our samples, again, from Malone's Turf. Shout out to them. And then we have our rock box, if you will. We have rock samples. More of the popular options. If you went down to a rockery, there's going to be way more options than these. So we like to be able to show customers what they're paying for. You know? So that way they can feel confident and have a better idea of what they're going to be getting.
And there's Juan's lightsaber. That's his weapon of choice that he uses. And then my weapon of choice is this backpack right here. And also Juan holds his clipboard. He takes down notes. So that way the questions that we ask the client, we can reference back and not look like dummies asking them the same questions twice. And then this is my sword, which has paver booklets in there, a sketching pad so we can try to get a layout for our clients. And then this is the good old handy junk drawer that we just kind of throw like extra t-shirts and extra brochures or whatever miscellaneous stuff we have floating around the car. That's basically our junk drawer. So yeah, we're going in to this house right now, and we'll give you an update when we come out. So we just completed the last estimate, and we'll see what happens. I mean, we did what we normally do. We educate, we entertain, we did the layout, we did the design, we talked about the materials, we talked about the excavation and installation process. I think they appreciated that because they got burned by a contractor before that did bad work, that left a mess. We'll see what happens. I hope we could earn their business and do an excellent job for them. But they're the ones that are to determine that. They're going to take a week to get back to us, which if it's not 2 or 3 days when somebody gets back to us, if it's like a week, that means that they're going to get more bids. So we'll see what happens. Just wanted to give you guys an update on a day in the life with Lifestyle Landscape Design. And yeah, you have anything to add?
No. I just hope we can help them.
Juan, a man of few words. A man of few words. Thank you very much for your time, guys, and we'll keep you updated. We're going to our next estimate, which we're going to meet our foreman David out there, because he's got to tell us about building this customized pergola. And what else?
That's basically it. Maybe adding some concrete, but majority of it is just that pergola.
So custom pergola. We're going to meet our foreman out there, so he's going to talk to us about how much wood we're going to need and what he's going to need exactly for this particular pergola. We're going to consult with him. So we're moving on to the next estimate. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to shoot some more video content in regards to a day in the life because we started taking phone calls. We were dealing with clients on current projects, and yeah, we just weren't able to. So thanks for watching.